Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a super long doozy of a video for you. We are going to be tackling a lot of things. I felt like I was kind of jumping around in this video. So if you see me moving around a lot, that's what the situation is. So we are going to go ahead and jump in with oven cleaning. Now, I'm going to let you know I left a lot of clips in here of the oven cleaning because I want to talk you guys through it and tell you like some of my missteps and help you guys not make the same mistakes that I did. So just hang on for that. Okay, so as you can see back there, I was spraying my door down with the oven off cleaner. Now that is not the fume free, that is the heavy duty stuff. And there's a few things I want to say about that, but I'll get to that in a minute. So essentially I was just going to spray my door down just to see how this stuff did. Well, eventually I ended up doing my whole oven, which I'll get into later. But I would first of all recommend, as you can see from my clip there, I did not lay anything down on the floor. Make sure you protect your floor. My floor is older, so honestly, I probably didn't really care too much. But yeah, you want to lay something down on the floor. Also, I would highly recommend some sort of mask, a heavy duty mask. I would make sure you open a window, which I learned later on, and I'll explain that. And also, you probably want to open a window, make sure the animals are put up. You don't have any small children running around. It's heavy duty stuff. I did not realize what exactly I was getting into. So while I'm letting the oven door kind of sit, I am just doing dishes and just trying to clean up because I knew I was in for like a big job ahead of me. And so I was just trying to do the basic things. Something about a clean sink always kind of springs me into action. It's kind of like Dave Ramsey and the debt snowball, if you guys are aware of him. He always talks about how you start out with a small snowball, and then as you gain momentum, the snowball gets bigger. And I kind of feel like that goes the same with cleaning as well. Alright, you guys, so this is totally not a necessary step, but I went ahead and dried out my sink, and then you will see that I'm going to use the Miss Meyer's vinegar gel, which is the same scent as her cream cleanser. It's the lemon verbena scent. Now, you just apply this product and it just dries on its own. You don't have to rinse it or anything. It also doesn't smell like vinegar, I don't feel like. I don't remember a strong vinegar smell. But I feel like it just adds like a nice little coat to your sink. We have hard water, so I feel like anything we can do to kind of combat that hard water is good. Okay, you guys, this stuff definitely works, but look at like that dirty sludge. Like that's what it totally reminded me of, is some sort of sludge. um, yeah, it was pretty bad. So a couple things here. You can see it's getting most of the stuff off, but those little black specks there, you'll see a little bit later that I go in and try to get those off. I'll just tell you right now, I probably should have just wiped this off and then resprayed it with the oven cleaner, but that's not what I did. Okay, so a couple things. I would have had plenty of paper towels on hand. In fact, I think I called my daughter and I'm like, hey, can you grab me some paper towels? Because I did not grab enough. I would have a bucket of hot soapy water next to me with a few cloths that you may not be using anymore or not going to use anymore, because it's a lot of stuff. Like you're getting off a lot of stuff if your oven is as dirty as mine. Now, we've lived in my house for almost 18 years. I've never cleaned my oven. So after this point, I had wiped everything down. I go in with this product. I think it's called a Bene Qua. I don't know. I was going for something a little less non-toxic or not toxic. At this point, I'd probably lost a few brain cells. So I'm just trying to scrub the heck out of these little black spots. You will see I do make some progress, but it takes quite a while. Honestly, I would have just skipped this step and gone straight back to the oven cleaner and just sprayed it a second time. So I was using that pretty stiff scrub brush, and now I'm on to the Pampered Chef. I think this was used to clean like pans and pots. It's like a scraper, a pot scraper. I think that's what it was called. So as you can see, I am making some progress with the cleaner, but I am like really scrubbing, and I spend a lot of time scrubbing I think at some point, yeah, I start two-fisting it because I'm like determined to get this off with this cleaner. But I mean, it does okay, but I want to find some other uses around the house for this cleaner because I do like it. But I just feel like for this job, it would have just been more simple to go back in with the oven cleaner and just respray it. Okay, so at this point I had decided, I made the bad choice to go ahead and just say, oh, let's go ahead and clean the whole oven. So I had my daughter help me remove the racks and I was just going to put them in the bathtub. Looking back, I should have waited until the next day to take them outside and just spray them with oven cleaner. I think you can. I'm not sure. They didn't really come totally clean from the bathtub. I did have to scrub them in there, but I didn't take any footage of that. So I'm just filling up the bathtub with some Dawn dish soap, hoping that that's just going to like loosen the gunk on there. But anyways, so I go ahead and start spraying down the oven. This is the before of the oven. You can see like years. I can see like all the Thanksgivings we had in there, etc. So I've seen Jamie's Journey use the cup to hold up the heating element, and that's what I did as well, but I still had to wipe it down afterwards. Now you can see I'm covering my nose in this because as soon as I started spraying it, I immediately started like coughing. Like all of those like particulates in the air were like coming up at me and I was just like immediately coughing. I mean, this stuff is no joke. I'm serious. Get a mask. Open windows, make sure no one's around, just go in with caution, or just don't let your oven get this dirty. But I was in like disaster mode here. So my plan was to let this sit overnight. So in the meantime, I'm just like spraying this down and I'm like, oh, let's do a haul real fast. So that's what you're gonna see coming up. So it's just the end of night or day one, night one, whatever you want to call this. I have a small household haul, so I'm going to show you really fast. I went ahead and picked up this Home Edit 5-piece laundry edit. So it has 2 of the everything stacking bin, which I think are these bins that have like the open front. I'll open it and show you guys because I'm going to do my laundry room tomorrow. And then it's got 2 of these narrow, they call it the narrow bin, so they're a little bit shorter, good for like, I was thinking of like laundry beads and what else? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, so that's that. And then I grabbed this, I've never heard of that name before, but it's a Smart Seal food storage container. I thought about putting cereal. Remember, if you guys saw my last video, I talked about having something for a cereal bin. I couldn't find a cereal thing. And the one I found was like $14.99 and this one was only $4.99. So I was like, you know what, we'll just try this, see if my husband likes it. Also, this is from Marshall's. I just grabbed some natural fiber sponges, non-scratch. Try these. And then I was looking for something for my oils. I have a lot of essential oils and so I was looking for something that was more like, right now I have it in like a case. I don't like that. I was gifted the case and I don't like the essential oils in there. So we're gonna try the bin this bin instead, and it seems like narrow enough to go maybe 3 by 3. Not sure. You've seen me use this easy off. This stuff is heavy duty. I was coughing while I was using this, so be careful. They do have a fume free, which once I get like my major cleaning done of my oven, I could probably use fume free next time, but dang. I also grabbed some Swedish dishcloths. I love these things. I got a pack of 3, but honestly, I probably needed like a pack of 10 because I go through these pretty fast. They have a really pretty tulip design on them. Oh, you can't see it. You can kind of see it there. And then my friend introduced me to my friend Lauren. She sent me, as a random act of kindness one time, a Scrub Mommy. And so I go through these fairly fast too. They last a long time, but when you need one, you never have one. So I got a pack of 3, which is super cute because they have the purple and they've got the pink. So I think they're the same thing, just different color. So it's like a scrubber and a sponge. And then I got a mesh bag. This is kind of the bigger one, but I like to put like sweaters and tops that aren't supposed to be like machine washed or are supposed to be either hand washed or delicate. Also, you can use this like for bras as well. I have a bra thing. It's like a circular mesh bag or whatever you want to call it. But sometimes if I have a lot of bras to wash, I'll put them all in this like a mesh bag. But mine was getting like old and holey, so. But anyways, that is that. Okay, so as you can see, I've changed clothes here. So when I sprayed the oven initially, I was like, I'm gonna let it sit overnight. So I had my jammies on, we were getting all comfy, we were expecting a snowstorm the next day. I was like, okay, everything's good. Well, then I start smelling something and Ashley's like, I don't feel good. Like, I feel kind of dizzy. And I'm like, do you really? I'm like, can you smell that cleaner in here? Because we were in the other room. And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, I think I do too. I don't really feel great either. But I had known that I had already like sniffed that stuff up my nose, you know, so I was probably semi-high and losing brain cells by the minute at that point. So I was delirious probably at that point. But so she started not feeling good and I was like, shoot, I can't leave that in overnight. You know, we've got animals. So the coldest it's been all winter, you can see right there, you can see all that black stuff that I was pulling up. So this is when I decided to go back in and clean the oven that night. I wasn't going to leave it. I had the window open at like 20 degrees. So we're freezing. I've got the heater off because I don't want it like going off, you know, while I've got the window wide open. And I'm basically just trying to clean it out. You say we're done, but you still want more. Baby, what I need is you at the door. This time I'm sure, yeah, that you're a bad boy, up to no good. Trying to be a man, but you're stuck in boyhood. Baby, you won't ever treat me the way you should. So it's over for good. I will never smile for you, smile for you, smile for you, smile for you. Yeah, I will never cry for you, cry for you, cry for you, cry for you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. What do you expect me to when I'm over you? Can't you tell by the look on my face that I will never smile for you, smile for you, smile for you, smile for you. So I realize this video is super long. If you want, you can go into your YouTube settings on the video. You click up in the upper right hand corner and speed up the video so you don't have to watch it in normal speed. Okay, so I'm talking kind of quietly because I have my window open, but I think you can see that what a vast improvement. So I did spray a little more of the oven cleaner down there because I do have some tougher surfaces, and I think if I let it sit like one more time, then we'll be good. But also, look at this water. Oh my God. That cloth will be going in the trash or out in the garage. That water, oh my God. Crazy. So that's the progress. I would say that that turned out pretty good considering what it looked like before. Yeah, it's very toxic though. I've been coughing. I would definitely recommend a mask, like a painter's mask or an N95, something, because the particles definitely get in your throat. So this is just my after shot of the finished product. Looking back at it now, I noticed that I did miss a few spots up in the corner, which is fine. It still looks pretty decent. Okay, so I think I'm done here for tonight. I think tomorrow I'll just take some vinegar. I think I remember seeing somewhere you could put some vinegar on the window right here and make it more clear. And then back here, I'm gonna call this a win. I can't get those spots like in the front. I tried to respray again and then I scrubbed like a mother. But yeah, I'm gonna go with it for today. So that is that. I think compared, I'm gonna put a before picture up and you can compare the difference and be like, oh my gosh, because I even was like, wow, this that oven off really works really good. So, but just be careful because of the fumes. So. Also, if you guys have stuck around this long, thank you so much. I appreciate your guys' time and you hanging with me today. So I know that in a previous video, I did the laundry room. I came back in here because I had bought the Home Edit laundry edit. And so I wanted to use that in parts of my laundry room. And then also I wasn't happy with my cleaning closet. I do like the bins that you see right there, the clear bins. Those have been working out great. But I realized that I I don't know, sometimes I have to live with things for a little while before I decide, okay, let me go back in a little bit more and work on this some. So I'm taking my first cabinet here that's above the washing machine and I'm just going to wipe it down. There's a stain over in the corner there that I cannot get out. I'm just going to have to repaint over it. Does anyone else feel like they're always doing projects like that where they have to buy paint, repaint, touch up, the whole bit? So anyways. I will never smile for you, smile for you, smile for you, smile for you. Yeah. I will never cry for you, cry for you, cry for you, cry for you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. How do you expect me to when I'm over you? Can't you tell by the look on my face that I will never smile for you, smile for you, smile for you, smile for you. I will never smile for you. I will never smile for you. You made your bed, now lie in it, baby. Rest your head, let it dream about me. Cause I'm fed up with you crazy. I will never smile for you, smile for you, smile for you, smile for you. Yeah. I will never cry for you, cry for you, cry for you, cry for you. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Why do you expect me to when I'm over you? Can't you tell by the look on my face that I will never smile for you, smile for you, smile for you, smile for you. Yeah, I will never smile for you. Yeah. I will never smile for you. I will never smile for you. So I'm curious to know if anyone has bought anything from the Home Edit that's available at Walmart. I didn't even know it was out or around until I saw, I think it was To Vacuum do us part, and then Lindsay's Life and Style, I think that's her name. They did a collab together using the products. And I was like, oh, these are actually very reasonably priced compared to, some other products you can buy. So I was all about trying it. They have a couple other edits as well. Like they have a bathroom edit and like a 10-piece, I don't know, I think it's like an everyday edit or something. It's got bins. Now, I know I've said in the past I'm not big on bins, but I'm kind of growing. They're growing on me. So I'm going to see. I'm just going to do a little by little. There's no reason to buy a whole bunch of bins all at once. Buy them as you need them and then keep moving forward, So I did just want to say this will probably be the only video that will be this long. I do plan on keeping a regular uploading schedule. I was just kind of dipping my toe into the cleaning community and I think I really like it. So I plan on uploading once a week is my goal, which I've kept up with so far, but things happen, so we'll see. But if you would consider subscribing, if you want to know when I upload, that would be great. Also, you saw me pull down those stains, the wood stain and the polyurethane. Check with your city, because I know our city announced that they were going to be doing it's like a citywide, I don't know what it is called, but it's like a cleanup day. So you can take all of your chemical things, cleaning products you don't want anymore, batteries, and you can turn them in and they'll take them and dispose of them properly. So that's why I pulled those out, because I was trying to get ready for that. So I know I already organized this space a couple of videos back, but I think it's okay to kind of just familiarize yourself with what you're working with. And then if you need to go back at some point and just kind of rearrange things, that's totally fine. I realized there were some things in here that I probably should have donated or tossed the last time I was here. But, sometimes you just got to think on things for a little bit, kind of live with it, see how it goes, then come back to it. At least you've already started, So I went ahead and left the sound on this part of the video just because I thought it sounded kind of ASMR-y. So hopefully you enjoy this. This is a quick and easy lunch that I make a lot. I'm not 100% sure what it's called. We just call it balsamic salad, but it's cucumbers, tomatoes, red onions, mozzarella balls, and I think that's it. And then you just add balsamic vinegar and you stir it all up, and then you're good to go. I have no idea what we were talking about right there, but I just left it in. Also, as you can see, I'm a super messy chef, I guess you could say, if you even want to call me that. I am just like literally throwing everything to the side of the cutting board, and I'll just throw it away all at once. I don't even like try to keep it clean here. I just like cut everything up and throw it in the bowl. So like I said, I'm jumping around all over in this video. I feel like I hit a bunch of different spaces. I wanted to do the medicine cabinet because it's mostly a pharmacy, to be honest. It's my husband's pharmacy. He has so many prescriptions. I told him that he needs to call the prescription people that send his prescriptions and tell him to slow down because they send way too much. So here I'm just putting my essential oils out of that cabinet because I felt like it had enough in there already and I want to put these somewhere else. So I had a bin from Marshall's, I believe, that I thought would be perfect. I'm going to put it in a drawer, you'll see in just a minute. But this is also a good reminder to check your prescriptions and make sure that they aren't expired. That's what I try to do. And also, I'm sorry that my head is kind of blocking the view of this. My big head is in the way. I'm just wiping it down, but I did want to be careful because, there's obviously I didn't want to dox myself or whatever. So I was trying to be careful and not show prescription address, prescription stuff, confidential stuff.
Drown yourself in the neon. You came to this place to hide away in the dark. You tell yourself you need to move on, but one night in the shadows can't ease your broken heart. They turn the volume up, you shut your mind. Wanna escape your thoughts for a little while, but when you close your eyes, I'm by your side, right? You'll find me there dancing in the crowd. You tell yourself that it's over, but you see my face on all the strangers though. So are you sure that it's over? When you close your eyes, I'm by your side, babe. When you close your eyes, I'm on your mind, babe. You'll find me there dancing in the crowd. You tell yourself.
So on the bottom right hand corner in that bin, I keep everyday medicines like cough syrups and tummy stuff if we need it. On the left hand side, I have a turntable with all of our everyday prescriptions, ibuprofen. It's very easy to turn. You can see it right here. And then I just put all the back stock up on the top two shelves.
But we both know that when it gets late, one call away and then you are spending the night. They turn the volume up, you shut your mind.
So the Shark Rocket, yet again, has come in handy. It has this nifty little attachment that you can use for dusting or underneath your cabinets like I'm showing here. It's very useful to get those dust webs and whatnot.
But you see my face on all the strangers though. So are you sure that it's over? When you close your eyes, I'm by your side, babe. When you close your eyes, I'm on your mind, babe. You'll find me there dancing in the crowd. You tell yourself that it's over. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over yet. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over yet. You'll find me there dancing in the crowd. You tell yourself that it's over. It's not over. But you see my face on all the strangers though. So are you sure that it's over? It's not over. When you close your eyes, I'm by your side, babe. When you close your eyes, I'm on your mind, babe. You'll find me there dancing in the crowd. You tell yourself that it's over.
So this is just your little reminder to sometimes get down low. I had not been on the baseboards in a while, or to check to see how they were doing it. I couldn't believe how much dust and dirt had kind of accumulated down there. So if you can, just check them and see how they're doing. Well, don't say hello, how's it going, or anything like that, but you know what I mean. I think I've said before, but I try to just do a little at a time because it's very if you try to do your whole house in one day, you're going to be hurting by the end of the day, or at least I do. when you're on your hands and knees like that, and then constantly like moving your knees across the floor to different baseboards and whatnot. So yeah. Also, I am just doing like daily tasks here. I'm getting ready to clean the stovetop because someone, I'm not naming any names, had spilled something on it. I don't know what.
Wanna feel the heat? Wanna feel the heat? Yeah. Wanna feel the heat? Wanna feel the heat? Yeah. Wanna feel the heat? Yeah. Wanna feel the heat? Wanna feel the heat? Wanna feel the heat? Yeah. Wanna feel the heat? Wanna feel the heat? Yeah. Wanna feel the heat? Yeah. Wanna feel the heat? Wanna feel the heat? Yeah. Wanna feel the heat? Wanna feel the heat? Yeah. Wanna feel the heat?
Okay, if you guys have made it this far, I know this is a super long video. For some reason, cold winter weather just gets me in the mood to just go crazy. I don't know what it is. It gets me super motivated. The last time we had a huge storm, I was like cleaning my house up and down. I don't know what it is. Anyone else like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, also, if you are still with me, leave me a flower emoji, any flower emoji you want to let me know that you're still here. I know, crazy long video. I even went as far as to clear out my entire freezer. I always say I take things out shelf by shelf. I never empty the entire refrigerator or freezer, but this time for some reason I was like, let me just empty out the entire freezer and toss some things that I know we're never going to eat. So you can see here I have these egg frittata things. They kind of remind me of the Starbucks egg bites. And so I have a little piece of cardboard that tells me how to cook them because I can't seem to remember. So also the Shark Rocket came in handy again, although I have a tool and I don't know why I didn't pull it out, but that little brown piece of cardboard you see in the bottom, I couldn't get to it. My freezer door doesn't open all the way. It's just the way the builders made it. I don't know why. If I got a freezer that just opens up at the bottom, it wouldn't be an issue. But then I don't know if the refrigerator door on the left-hand side would open all the way. I don't know. Anyways, That's what's going on here. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cleanup of my refrigerator. I just go shelf by shelf on that one just because I don't like to pull everything out and then you're like, oh my gosh, like this is such a huge like mess. How am I gonna? So it's overwhelming for me. So this makes it a little more like easy to digest. So I did say we were jumping around in here, and I wasn't lying because this was from day one. If you notice the change of clothes, and I had pulled my hair back, or yeah, I had my hair up the first day. So that's that. But also I wanted to say too really fast, when I was going through these clips, I noticed that a lot of things were like 5 minutes long. So tasks in general don't take as long as you think. I know sometimes it can be kind of deceptive in these like speed cleans because you can't really tell how much time has actually passed. But I can tell you from going through the clips and stuff, I'm actually kind of surprised at how quickly things go by. I'm like looking at the time stamp and I'm like, wow, like this is actually took me a lot less time than I imagined. So if you're ever wondering, turn a timer on before you start something and see how long it actually takes you. Like dishes could literally take you 15 minutes, but all day you're thinking, oh, those dishes are going to take me an hour. But really, theoretically, they probably only take, or sorry, not theoretically, in reality, they probably only take 15, 20 minutes.
I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me, I'd always get right back up, never worry. 'Cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's oh so strong. It goes on and on, on and on. There's something going on inside of me.
So I'm just checking expiration dates on everything. Look at that moldy cheese. I would have never guessed that that was in there unless I had been cleaning out the refrigerator. So check expiration dates, and that's an easy way to get rid of some food, make some more space, all that jazz.
I've met my demons one too many times. They taught me lows are what stressed for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on my fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't wanna be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just wanna go my own way, gonna let the past burn down. Cause honestly, don't wanna be stuck in boring conversations with you. With you, I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over new. Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I'll be going away for a while. Oh, and I don't know what I'll find. Maybe I can be a rock star, playing songs on my guitar. I know I have to be somewhere else to be able to find myself. Shouldn't be so complicated. If I listen to my heart, I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna.
So I'm just cleaning up my spice cabinet here. As you can see, I don't really keep a lot of spices in general, but I'm just kind of wiping it down and making sure everything is looking good in there. And here I'm vacuuming under the dryer, although I had my daughter lifting the dryer for me and she was like, I gotta tap out, I gotta tap out. So we didn't do the best job, but it's good enough.
I don't wanna be trapped in a box. I just wanna go my own way. 'Cause I am on my way. 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 I am on my way.
So after the oven debacle, I felt like I needed to do a good vacuum and mop in the kitchen, just because I feel like the oven, around the oven area, got a lot of like little black things from inside the oven. So just doing that here. Also, when you saw the dryer, when I went underneath the dryer, that was with the rocket as well. I love this thing. I feel like I talk about this in every video, but it can go low. So you can get underneath things without hitting, you know, like if you use a regular vacuum, you know how the canister always hits. This doesn't hit. So this is why I love this vacuum. It's not as strong as my Shark Vertex, but it still works well for everything else.
Lights are shining bright. My friends are in the club, we'll go all night. I see you in the back, the mood is right. If I just had your number, I would let you know how I feel. You walk up to me, start dancing to the music and the chase. Like this was meant to be. Take my hand, I feel my heart beat, and I don't want this moment to stop. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, about time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. As we're dancing close together, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. Feel your hands, the way you're touching me around my neck. Got chills down my back, you do it right.
So I will use my Tineco, my steam mop, and sometimes my O-Cedar mop. I like to use my O-Cedar mop to sometimes hit the baseboards and the walls, which you'll see me doing here. It's just really easy. Now, you are going to have to get down every once in a while on your hands and knees and clean your baseboards, but this is a good alternative. If you just, want to hit them every once in a while, you could probably save yourself a little trouble. Also wanted to just quickly add that not all wall paint is created equal. So test a spot if you're unsure if your wall can handle being, mopped or hit with water. I know when we first moved in our house, we couldn't, if you touched our wall, you literally would leave a mark. So just be cautionary of that. So here I am just showing you how to clean your Tineco after you've used it. I've already emptied the fresh water tank or the clean water tank, and now I'm doing the dirty water tank. I don't know if Bath & Body Works soap is the approved cleaning solution, but that's what I had on hand. So I'm just using the little scrub brush to kind of get in all the divots and things like that. When you have one, or if you have one, you'll notice that it does catch a lot of hair and stuff like that. I'm really loving this machine, actually. I didn't know how I'd feel about it, but I actually really, really like it. So here I'm just rinsing it out, and I'm going to let it dry overnight. This is the self-cleaning storage tray. So you just set this up wherever you're going to keep your Tineco, and it actually has a brush roller cleaning function. You just set it on this tray, and you turn the on button for, I think you hold it for 3 seconds, and then you let it do its thing. Just make sure that your dirty water tank is empty and that you have a third of the water filled up in the fresh water tank, and it'll work fine. I'm just cleaning the roller here. It's not really that dirty, so I'm trying not to put too much soap on it. You don't want it to be soapy all over your floor. So this is the cover. I think that's what it's called. It is the brush roller cover, yes. This actually gets pretty dirty, especially under that lip on the front. I noticed when I rinsed it out. This is called the floater piece, and this goes inside the dirty water tank. There's a blue sponge in here that you want to, you want to rinse this part out, the floater part, and then the part that holds the blue sponge. Whatever you do, make sure you don't put a wet blue sponge back in before you use it. You want that blue sponge to dry. They provide you with two, so you can let one dry while you put the dry one in, and then you can, switch as needed. So this is what it looks like when it's all done. I just let it dry overnight, and then I put it back together.
Call back. Do you ever pick up on that phone? Stop pretending I don't know you're home. I guess not. Do you ever respond? Explain it all again, again, again. Tell me why you don't wanna be friends. I guess not. Baby, no, I don't wanna go.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We have finally reached the end. I feel like I was on a cleaning marathon the last few days, so this is a product of all that. I hope you were able to get some cleaning motivation from this. If you did, let me know what you're working on, if you have a project, and if you stuck it out this long, you are the real MVP. I barely made it to this part. So thank you guys again. I hope you are having a wonderful week, and I hope you guys have a great weekend ahead.
Not yet.